Well, welcome back to another episode of Can You Solve This in 1 Minute? So let's get going. So, as you guys come on in, make sure you just wait to put your answers in, but take your time with this. So, once you know what your answer is, you're going to put it into the chat after the time has expired. So, you want to take a quick look at it. Okay, do not put your answers in the chat. If you're not sure where to start, make sure you put a question mark because that tells me how deep I need to go with the explanation. So, just in case you're coming on in, thank you and good morning. And let's see, can you basically simplify this? And if you can, you're going to wait until the time expires and then put your answer in the chat. I want to see what you can do. Hey, thank you so much for joining in. I see you from the post. All right, let's see what you guys get. What did you get for your solution? So it was 8 minus 3 plus 2 squared plus 4. What did you get? Go ahead and put your answer in. Don't be afraid. And if you're just like, it's been a minute, I don't know what it is, you can also put a question mark. That's perfectly fine. Okay? I'd rather you ask the questions and instead of sitting there wondering, did I get it? Did I not get it? Okay? Don't worry about like, but what'd you get? Because then I'm going to ask right back, what did you get? So thanks for everyone that's joining this early. So let's see, what did you get? So you're like, I can't remember. Oh, da, da, da. Well, good morning, John. Okay, I see your answer. Thank you so much for joining in. See, it's just that easy, guys. That's no harm. No harm, no foul. Let's see what you guys get. So remember, the reason why I'm kind of putting this in a pace where we're looking at 1 minute, because some of the examinations, they're going to give you about 1 minute or they're going to give you 1 minute and 10 seconds per question. And if there's some things that you know right away, you can go ahead and put them in. All right, so let's see. Got a lot of shy birds here. So first thing we're going to do is remember your order of operation. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, but we're always going from left to right. So you have your parentheses, your exponents, multiplication or division. Okay, Jay, I see you. Thank you so much. And then you have addition or subtraction. So first, let's work on the parentheses. So anything inside the parentheses, we're going to combine. So we have 3 plus 2. So if I were to rewrite this, it will be my 8 minus something squared plus 4. And that something 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, so we took care of the parentheses. Now, the next thing is exponents. So this is the part that gets a lot of people. 5 squared is not the same as 5 times 2. Notice the 5 is larger than the 2. The 5 is the base, the 2 is the exponent. So 5 squared is basically the exponent telling the base how many times it's going to multiply itself, which is multiplying itself 2 times. So this is actually 5 times 5, which gives us 25. Now we bring everything else down. Okay, so we took care of the exponent. Now we're looking. So we're not going to look at this beginning piece anymore. Now we're going to focus our attention here. So now we look, I have minus and I have a plus. So we don't have multiplication or division, but we're going to go from left to right. Okay? No, Keyshawn, it's not. You know it's not. So we're going to do our 8 minus 25 which gives us a negative 17. Okay, bring down our plus 4. So negative 17 plus 4. If you owe me $17 and you paid me 4, that means you still owe me $13. So your answer should be negative 3. Okay? So we're just taking it step by step and working it on down. So even if you do BODMAS, if you're international students, you do your brackets or parentheses first, then your other, which is going to be your exponents. Then you look to see if you have any division, then multiplication, which we didn't have either. So then you did your addition, then your subtraction, but from left to right, we had our subtraction, then we had our addition. Okay? So taking it step by step. Alright? Okay, Ramona, I did see you. Oh, welcome back, Ramona. Alright, and there was a person here, I think it was Jay. Alright, so let's see. Let me set myself up. Let's see if you can do this in 1 minute. Sandra, good morning. Three minutes and 1 minute. Fonz, you might want to pick something. Do you mean 3 minutes and 1 second? Second is representing SEC. Alright, so what is the area of the circle with the diameter of 14 feet? So what do you guys have? And here's the key part. Leave answer in terms of pi. Okay? We want to know, find the exact answer. So that is key. So we need to leave it in terms of pi. Okay, so I see a Q, I see J. Okay. J, we got a lot of X's going on. You alright? So, alright. Alright, so I'm seeing a Q. Okay. Alright, there's one thing missing, AQ. What's missing? Okay, and if you're not sure where to start with this, go ahead and put a question mark in the chat. Okay, you get the formulas confused. Yes, a lot of people generally do. I got you, Tree. I got you. Trust me, no shame in the game. Sando, I see you. Okay, John, I see you. Thank you for your honesty. Wi-Fi, I see you. Sandro, I see you. Okay. Highway Legend, I see you. Ramona, I see you. Something's missing though, Ramona. What's missing? Alright. Is it pi r squared? Okay. Fonz, come on. But I do see you. Thank you. No judgment. Okay. Okay, a win. I see you. Hello, and how are you? There we go, AQ. I appreciate you. Alright, so we're looking for area. Let me switch up my colors here. So the area of the circle, so the inside. So the area of the circle is your pi r squared. Now, one of the things I was seeing a little earlier, we have the diameter. Now, if I drew a circle, which, yeah, you can see it. The diameter is what goes it's a chord that goes directly through the center of your circle. So that's what your diameter is. But if you notice in the formula, we're looking for what's called the radius. So the radius, its endpoints is a point on the circle and the center of the circle. So the radius is half the diameter. So if the diameter is 14 feet, that means our radius is going to be half, which is 7 feet. Okay, so that's going to be huge. So now we're going to plug in the 7 for the radius. But then here's a little tidbit. Anytime they want to ask for the exact answer, they want you to leave your answer in terms of pi. Now pi, we are not going to use the substitute of 3.14. No. That means we're going to leave pi alone. So it can be its exact answer with its entire decimal form. Okay? So we're just going to leave pi alone. But we plug in the 7 for the radius. And we're going to square it. Okay? So, since we're going to square that 7, this is not 7 times 2. This means 7 times 7. And 7 times 7, that gives us 49. So I'm going to put the 49 in front of the pi. And the one thing that's missing is its measurements. And the measurements that we're using is feet. So since this is area, we're always dealing with the square feet. So your area, in terms of pi, is 49 pi square feet. Okay? No decimals. So that's going to be another key thing. When you see these on any standardized test, do not waste your time with extra steps, because remember, this assessment is going to be timed. And there's going to be some other questions that's going to be these assessments that is going to require you to get more time. So when you give them exactly what they want and you move on, the amount of time that you would normally spend on this, you can spend that extra time on something else. Okay? Okay. Right. So now we definitely have to make sure we understand that when they give you the diameter, you need, in order for it to find area, you need the radius. Okay? So the radius is always half your diameter. Okay? All right. Okay. Nacho? No, that's not your answer. Okay? All right. But if they were asking, and this is just an add-on, okay? If they were asking for the circumference, ooh, let's see that. If they were asking for the circumference, that's the outer part of the circle. You have two formulas for that. You have 2 pi r, or you have pi times the diameter. Now, this is going to be based off of what they give you. So say that we use that same diameter, and they say they want me to find the circumference. Instead of taking half and plugging a 7 in here, you have to multiply that 7 with the 2. What's 7 times 2? Not to insult your intelligence, but we're going to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? What's 7 times 2? The 14, right, Sandro? The 14. John, I see you. Okay? Didn't that just give you your diameter right back at you? So you just added an extra step. So when you're looking at circumference and they give you the diameter, just multiply your diameter with the pi. All right? But if you feel like, hey, I remember 2 pi r, Audrey, like that's it. Okay, not a problem. You're just going to be multiplying and taking half and then multiplying by 2 again. All right. Okay, the top part, remember, we're leaving it exact. So your answer is 49 pi square feet. All right. Let's see. Oops, get my timer ready. Okay, solve this 1 minute. Let's go. There you go. Okay, so hold your answers until the time has expired. If you're not sure where to start, don't forget, you're going to put a question mark. Okay, I will explain these. All right, 10 seconds. Okay, hold your answers until the end. Okay. All right. So now, what did you get? So I got a couple people. I see Easy Queen. I see Sandro. Okay, Ramona, thank you so much for your honesty. Okay, Sandra's trying to figure out what mean is. All right, everyone was juicing. Is saying 2. Okay, Tanisha, thank you so much for your answer. John, thank you so much for your answer. Is that Meek or Melkila? You're going to have to help me with the pronunciation. Thank you for your answer. Russell, I see you as well. Just Chill, thank you. Russell, I see you 2 more times. It's okay. I got glasses, so I can see you. All right. All right, Brenda, I see you. All right. So let's take a gander. Okay. Sandra, I see you now. All right, so we're taking the mean. Okay. In order for us to figure out what our mean is, that means we're going to take the average. We're going to add all our numbers up, divide by how many numbers are in the data set, and then you find your mean. But there's a twist. They're saying, what's the value of x? Okay, so we got an unknown value right here. If the mean of 4, 8, 12, and not unknown is 10, so they're already told us what our mean is. So it's looking like we're doing our 4 plus our 8 plus our 12 and plus an unknown number. Okay? And we're saying is, which is equals 10. But we have to divide by the number of numbers, right? What am I dividing by? What am I dividing by? Okay. So John with 3, Wonder with 4, everyone was juiced. Okay. All right, Easy with 3, Audrey, I see you, Group Ball, I see you, Tanisha, I see you, TJ, I see you, Math, see you, Jim Manuel, seeing you, it's Friday, N, not N, okay, Yankee, I see you, okay, Miss Butter, see you. So, you're going to divide by the number of numbers. Even though we don't know what this number is, it's going to be a part of our data set. So this is why you're actually dividing by 4, not 3. Okay, that's a common error that a lot of people do. So now, let's break this down. So we have 4 plus 8 plus 12. Well, that gives me, I know 8 and 12 gives me 20, plus 4 gives me 24. So 24 plus x divided by 4 equals 10. What is my next step? Okay, you see it? What is my next step? Blessed child, I see you as well. Thank you. All right. All right. Not really with the division. Not with the division. Wonder. Hey, Wonder, how are you? Okay. This whole thing, 24, we have that x that's attached to that 24. So 24 plus x is going to represent something. But it's being divided by 4. So the inverse of 4 is, the inverse of division is multiplication. We're actually going to multiply both sides by our denominator, which is 4. Get it out of that fraction. So when I do 4 divided by 4, that gives me 1. And 1 times anything is going to be itself. So that means I can bring down my 24 plus x equals my 10 times 4, which gives me 40. Okay, you see it now? All right, easy with all the fractions. Sometimes you need it, sometimes you don't. So now I want to isolate my x. So in order for me to isolate this x, I need to get rid of this 24. And this is a positive 24, not because of this plus sign. It's a positive 24 because to the left of it, I don't see a negative sign. So the inverse or the opposite of a positive 24 is a negative 24. And whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I must do to the other. So positive 24 minus 24 will give me 0. But again, I don't need that as a placeholder because I still have this x that I can bring down. So now I have my 40 minus my 24, which gives me 16. Because I borrowed from the 4 and made that 0 into a 10. So x is equal to 16. Okay? Sure. So again, the question is, what is the value of x if the mean of 4, 8, 12, and x is 10? All right? So it's taking a little bit of a twist, especially if they have this keyword is. That means we're definitely going to be having an equation. Sometimes it's not so much steps, sometimes it is. But because it was set up, it's not going to be just 4 plus 8 plus 12 divided by 3. Or you may have add the 10 as well. Okay? Alright. Okay, questions on those? Celebrate the moment. Love it. Alright, let's do another one. Can you do this in 1 minute? Oh, I know the feeling, Sandra. Yep, I was the same way. Okay, hold your answers until the end. I know you guys are relatively new. So hold your answers till the end. Okay, let's try this again. Hold your answers until the end. Okay, once the time is up. Okay, you guys are relatively new, so I can't really torture you. Bradley, hold your answers till the end. All right, now put your answers in. And if you're not sure, make sure you put a question mark. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to go back up to the top. You finally, hello Marisol. She's like, I finally made it live. So user 70 said 5. BJ, we got 5. Tony, we got 5. Jilly, we got 3. Nay, we're saying 5. Bradley with 2. Brenda, X plus 3. Ramona, 5. Okay, we're going X equals 5. Mary Jane, 5. Source, 5. Marisol, I'm so glad you're here. Sandro, thank you so much for your honesty. Easy, thank you so much. Everyone was juicing. Whoa, just kind of flipped on me. Okay, thank you for your honesty. Okay, Monstro, how are you? Okay, I need to make a signboard. Why? Yeah, I'm just trying this out. This is only my, 4th time doing it? See if it sticks. Hello, Black Pearl, thank you so much for your honesty. Okay, Brenda, I see you as well. Blessed child, thank you for your honesty. And Samuel, I see your answer. Thank you. All right, so let's take a look. Now, we have, if I had this written, I'm going to put it this way. If I had this written, like say, 1/2 equals x over, say, 6. Some people will say, oh, you have a fraction equal to a fraction. So you can do what's called cross multiplying. This whole thing is called a proportion. When you have a ratio, aka a fraction, equal to a ratio, aka a fraction, you can cross multiply. So you would have 2x is equal to 6, and then you divide both sides by 2, and x will equal to 3. Okay? Now, since now we have an expression, of course there's another way of solving that, but since we have an expression, it doesn't change a thing. You still have a ratio, aka a fraction, equal to equivalent ratio, aka a fraction, and we're still going to cross multiply. So 1 times x plus 3, 1 times anything is still itself. And then we're going to do 2 times 4. And 2 times 4 gives me 8. Right? There we go. So now we want to get x by itself. So that means we need to move this 3 to the other side of the equal sign. It's a positive 3. So that means we need to do its inverse, which is subtract 3. So positive 3, negative 3 gives me 0, but I don't need to write the 0 because I still have my x. And then 8 minus 3, like most of you guys said, gives me 5. Alright. Moy, I see you. Bradley, I see you. Okay? So we see how we walk through it step by step. Okay? Yeah, we're too good. It's like, love this. So this is what you do. Don't let, even if they use an expression, they do the same thing for the SAT and the ACT. They'll give you a problem, sometimes they'll give you a whole novel, and they're asking for one simple thing. So don't let the intimidation fool you. The math is still math. 2 plus 2, 2 times 2, 2 to the second power will still give you 4. 3 different ways, same answer. Okay, so don't let this intimidate you. All right, going step by step. Okay, what's the hard way of doing this? Not doing the cross multiplication and trying to figure it out for yourself. That would be the hard way. All right, so now we are coming to our last one. Are you ready? Are you ready? And remember, if you like more practice of these, I have books and I have all kinds of resources to help you prepare, maybe for the GED, the ASVAT, the Accuplacer, or just as a review for Algebra 1. Okay? All of these are all linked in my profile. Do it in 1 minute. What time did I start? 7:45. Yep. You guys were just so good. Okay, you want to do the GED? Perfect. I'm glad that you want to start back. Good. Make sure you message me, Universe. I think it's Universe. Okay, Nikki. Hey, Nikki. How are you? I just realized who it was. Half blind today. You're on your way to work, blessed child. Yes. Oh, you gonna be sticking with me. If you're driving, please be safe. If you're doing transportation, please be safe. School's about to start back up. For all my people that loves taking public trans, you know what that means. Okay. There we go. Okay, never been to school in the U.S. Alright, perfect. Yep. So make sure you chat with me. Okay, so let's see what you got. Don't know how to start? Not a problem. I got you, and thank you for your honesty. Okay, so Bradley in Australia. Okay. Yes, you're ahead of us. You are the future, Bradley. You are the future. Red or blue pill, baby. Red or blue pill! Pick one. No, I'm just kidding. We got Mel's, I see your answer. Adi, I see you. How often do I do these sessions? Right now, every day, I just started switching up. I used to just do one direct concept, and I figure, you know what? That's not helping you. We need to jolt your brains a little bit. Okay, we need to stimulate, because a lot of people are going to be starting back to school. Some people are starting maybe a fall session of a college course, and maybe they want to, like this one person said, they want to get with the Accuplacer. So I just, change it up, why not? All right. So, okay, monstro, I see you. Okay, a person from another world, I see you at 8:18. Okay, get 2 on the right side first. That's what you're saying, Mary Jane. Careful. Okay, so let's see. You mean the 1? Okay, there we go, Mary Jane. Okay, God's favorite child. Hey, I might fight you on that one. That's all right. But hey, he's got love everywhere. So this is what we're going to do, and we're going to do it step by step. So we have an inequality. Now the way that you solve inequalities, yeah, there's a square root in there. Don't freak out about that. Because the way that we solve inequalities is similar to how we solve an equation. The goal is to get the variable by itself. So first thing, yes, we want to move that +1. Okay? So we want to isolate this square root. Right now, everything that's underneath that square root is a 2 and the -y. So how we get rid of this 1, it's a +1, so we want to do its inverse, which is -1. So we're going to subtract 1 from both sides of the inequality. Okay? So now, +1, -1, that gives me a 0. And that's not going to hurt us, because we don't need the 0 as a placeholder, because we still have our square root of 2 minus y. Bring down your inequality sign. Why did I not flip the inequality sign? Put that into the chat, because we need to know that. Why did we not flip the inequality sign? Hey Mel, hey Janice, oh I got everybody up and early today. Why did I not flip the inequality sign? Oh, Peter, it's your birthday, happy birthday, but we're not giving you any money. Because it's not negative. Ooh, yes. Okay, close. Because we didn't divide. There we go. We didn't divide or multiply by a negative sign. This is a common common error that a lot of people make. because they see, oh, there's a minus. Okay, I got to flip the sign. No, you only change the direction of the inequality sign if you multiply or divide by a negative number. Okay? We can read it as an equal sign, Angela, yes, but make sure you flip it back. Okay? Now, we need to get rid of that square root. And I love how people are already thinking what I'm thinking. It's a dangerous part. Okay? It's the only subject you didn't do good. Oh, well, welcome on in. So the opposite of a square root, or the inverse, is a square. So now I need to take the square of both sides. Because what happens to the square and the square root? They're inverses of each other. So it's almost like saying that you're canceling them out. So what's left is what's underneath that square root. Okay? And we're just going to bring down that 2 minus y. Now since we just squared, here we go. Bring down that inequality sign. Now we have 4 squared. 4 squared is not 8. Okay? It's not 4 times 2. It's the exponent telling the base to multiply itself 2 times. So that is 4 times 4, which gives us 16. Yes. Okay? Now, trying to get y by itself. So now that we got most of the hard stuff out of the way, now we're going to focus our attention here. So let's get at y by itself. Right now, the minus sign is attached to the y, not the 2. I don't know who started that, but we need to stop it. Okay? So this is a positive 2. So I need to move it to the opposite side, so I'm going to do the inverse, which is a negative 2. So positive 2, negative 2, that gives me 0. I don't need the placeholder, but this is another part that everyone forgets to do. This negative, again, is attached to the y. You need to bring it down. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Jay. So we have our less than or equal to, because we just subtracted, and then 16 minus 2, that gives us our 14. Okay, so Angela, this is going to be vital to switch it back. Think of an equal sign, but make sure you switch it back to an inequality before you finish. Because now, we are not done. We don't want to know what negative y is. Yes, Maestro, we're going to divide both sides. And you're saying divide by what? If you don't see a number in front of your variable, it's always assumed to be a 1. Okay? So that means I need to divide both sides by this negative 1. So negative divided by negative is a positive. 1 divided by 1 is 1. So 1y and y means exactly the same, because there's physically 1y right there. But what's happening? Okay, Mary Jane, I see you as well. Good. Good, Mel. I see you. All right. We have to flip it. There you go. There you go, Brenda. Get a little crazy with the y's, but I see you. All right. Nikki, I see you. Yes. Okay. All right. All right. You have a wonderful day, Miss Butter. You go do it, girl. Do it. Do it. Make that money. Don't let it make you, though. You know what I'm saying? All right. All right. So now, since we divided by a negative number, my inequality sign flips. So now 14 divided by negative 1 gives us negative 14. So this, since it's an inequality, this is a true statement. It's not an exact answer, because we're saying that any number that is going to be greater than or equal to 14 will make this into a true statement. So if I look at it visually, if I think of a number line, say that this is where my negative 14 is. Okay, that means I'm looking at numbers that are larger all the way to positive infinity. This is negative infinity. So since we're including negative 4, we're going to put a dot or a bracket. Okay? And then we're going to shade everything to the right. So I can pick anything. I can pick 0. If I want to go back up here, if I plug 0 in for y, okay, so if I have the square root, 2 minus 0 plus 1 is less than or equal to 5. Well, square root of 2 minus 0, that gives me square root of 2. Square root of 2 is giving me a crazy decimal. But if I add 1 to that, is it going to be less than or equal to 5? So if I have my, excuse me, so if I have my square root of 2 and I add 1, I'm going to get 2.4 something, 414, okay, roughly about that. Well, 2.4 is definitely going to be less than 5. That is a true statement. Okay, all right, so that's how you can check to make sure that you got the right answer. Okay, if I wanted to, if I was really smart, I would have probably used a 2. So if I get the square root of 0, that's going to give me 0, and then I have 1 is less than or equal to 5. Yes, that's a true statement. So when you have these square roots, if you want to substitute, try to use a number that will give you a nice number that you can square. Because remember, when you take the ASVAT or the GED, you cannot use a calculator. I mean, not the GED. GED does it for certain problems. The ASVAT and the Accuplacer, you can't use a calculator. Okay? All right. Yes. Yes. So circles, did you hear what I said? Yeah, I would have used a different number instead of 0. Okay? So that's how you're going to be breaking down concepts. So if anything, yeah, see, that was fun. Did a little math, get your brain stimulated a little bit. So if you ever need some extra practice problems, if you ever, went through the paper, that's all right. If you ever need extra practice problems, or if that was weird. TikTok has been doing some weird stuff. Okay. Alright. Carrying on. Gotcha. Alright. So if anything... No. There was something that TikTok was doing. So it disconnected the live for some reason. So solving different properties, solving equations. Okay. Each of these I actually go through step by step. So that's why I give you this section for notes and also give you some practice problems on the back. But then I give you some extra practice problems. Okay? Nothing that's too intimidating, but it will definitely mimic what you will see on the test. Okay? A lot of the naked math problems. And of course it comes with an answer key on the back. Then at the end of most of the books, they give you, all the books actually, give you like a summative quiz. Okay, so after you do your quiz, I give you some resources, like if you want to help with the rules of integers, you got order of operations, you know, factor chart, everything. And then most of them, especially this one was solving, I give you some extra practice by using matching cards. So why not have a little bit of fun when you're learning? You can cut these directly out of the book or make copies of it, and then you can actually break down these and then try to match your answer. right? So just a nice little matching card. It's great for like homeschool. It's great for people that are reviewing. But if you don't remember the answers, of course, I'm going to give you an answer key. All right? So all of my books, all 10 of those books are basically can be found in the link in my profile. And it's all under what's called the Stand Store. But if you don't want to purchase them, that's fine. But I do have a special gift for you as soon as I can get into my TikTok. And then I can show you. Okay. Clear this up for you. Okay, so when you go to my profile, here's the only link where it says Stand Store. I'm going to be looking up some other stuff to make this process easy for you. You can get digital copies of all my books, okay? But here's one thing I definitely wanted you to check out. You get to get a free math checkup so you can see where are you mathematically. You know, are there some things that you're like, you know what, I'm good with this, but factoring, baby, I need a little extra help. Or fractions, or maybe even some word problems. So I give you kind of a mixture. And then this is free. All you have to do is just click that section. All right, gives you a little bit of sample. Put your name and your email. Trust me, I'm not going to harass you. All right, and then it will go directly to your email address. All right, and then just give it a try. See how you do. If you look at it and you're like, I don't know any of this, Audrey, send me a message. Just say, hey, Audrey, I tried to do your math checkup and I don't remember any of it. That's perfectly fine. So then we could probably devise a plan for you to help you with your GED, your ASVAT, your Accuplacer. And it's not always just tutoring. So there's a whole bunch of other services that I give. Show you a whole downloads of a lot of my other books. Go ahead and just take a look. You know, whatever that feature fancy. If you have questions, just go ahead and send me a message here on TikTok and say, yeah, Audrey, I need some help. But if you want, give me a long, like about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. If you notice right here in between Facebook and LinkedIn, you'll see the YT. I don't know why I say this. You see the YT. So in the YT, you'll see a collection of all my videos. Okay, with Math by Audrey. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't be shy. Okay, you'll see a lot of my shorts, but then you will also see TikTok Lives Uncut. So all of my uncut stuff, anything that I have added and for this playlist, you will find. Okay, so if you just can't make the lives or you can't stay for the entire lives, all of them are listed here. Okay? Okay? So yeah, I'm not doing limits, user 57. Thank you. Alright, so that is going to be it. Again, if you need any more additional information, again, you can go to the Stand Store. If you want to email me, you can definitely email me right here. But you can also email me here on TikTok. So if you don't have any additional questions, hey, please come on by. And it's always my pleasure to help break down these concepts so you can understand it. Alright, so go ahead, you can follow me here, you can follow me on YT, but if you do have questions, go ahead and ask. Alright, have an amazing day. Not a problem, Audrey. Have an amazing day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow morning at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. Right now, this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to get myself ready for my students coming back to class. I know Alaska starts in the next couple of weeks. Hey, it's gonna be wild and crazy. Alright, but it's how it goes. Alright, everyone, take care. Bye now.